In today's video, I'm going to show you how to use Gimp step by step, even if you've never opened it before. We'll start with the very basics, explore the interface, draw with brushes, fill shapes, use the magic wand, scale layers, add text, adjust opacity, crop your image, and then finish by saving and exporting the right way. If this tutorial helps you, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe for more easy software tutorials just like this. Let's jump in. First, open Gimp and create a new project. Go to File, then click New, or use Ctrl+N on your keyboard. For this example, set the canvas to 1920 by 1080 and click OK. This gives you a clean, widescreen workspace to practice on. Now, take a second to look at the default layout, because understanding the interface makes everything much easier. In the center, you'll see the white canvas area where your image is created. On the left side, you have the toolbox, and directly underneath it, the Tool Options panel. On the right side, you'll usually see the top dock with brushes, patterns, and gradients. And below that, the Layers panel. Learning where these panels are is a big first step, because you'll use them constantly. Now, let's set a color and start drawing. At the bottom of the left toolbox, click the foreground color box. That's the top overlapping square. Choose a bright color like red and click OK. Next, select the Paintbrush tool by pressing P. Then move over to the Brushes panel in the top right dock and choose a textured brush style. Once that's selected, draw a messy circle on your canvas, but make sure it is completely enclosed. This matters because the next tool we use will work best when the shape has no open gaps. Now we're going to switch colors and fill that shape. Click the foreground color box again and choose a contrasting color, like blue. Then select the Bucket Fill tool, which you can access with Shift+B. Move your cursor inside the circle you drew and click once. Gimp will dump the blue color into the enclosed shape. This is a simple but powerful technique, and it's one of the fastest ways to add solid color to your artwork. Next, let's isolate part of the image using the Fuzzy Select tool. This is also known as the magic wand, and it's selected with U. Click once on the blue area inside your circle. You should see the animated marching ants appear around the selected color boundary. That tells you Gimp has detected and selected a similar color area. This tool is really useful when you want to edit one part of an image without affecting the rest. After that, we'll correct the layout dimensions by scaling the layer. First, clear your selection by pressing Ctrl+Shift+A. This is important because we want to transform the layer itself, not the selected area. Now choose the Scale tool with Shift+T from the toolbox. Click on the canvas, then grab one of the corner handles that appear. Drag inward to shrink the painted layer, and when it looks right, press Enter to confirm. Scaling is helpful when you need to resize artwork or reposition an element without starting over. Now let's add a new transparent layer and place some text on top. Go to the Layers panel on the right and click the Create a New Layer icon at the bottom. Name it Background Color, make sure the filling type is set to Transparency, and click OK. This gives you a flexible layer you can edit independently later. Next, choose the Text tool by pressing T. Click on an empty area of the canvas and type your title text. You'll notice Gimp automatically creates a dedicated text layer above your other layers. That's extremely useful because it keeps your text separate and easy to adjust later. Now let's adjust opacity and crop the image. In the Layers panel, click back on your original painted layer. At the top of the Layers panel, drag the opacity slider down to 50%. This makes your paint strokes semi-transparent and can create a softer blended look. Then select the Crop tool with Shift+C. Click and drag a box tightly around your text and artwork, removing the empty edges around it. When the framing looks right, press Enter to apply the crop. Cropping is one of the easiest ways to clean up your composition and focus attention on the main design. Finally, Let's talk about saving versus exporting, because this is a step a lot of beginners get confused about. If you want to keep all of your layers and editing ability for later, go to File, then Save As, or press Shift plus Control plus S, and save the project as an XCF file. This is Gimp's native project format. If you want a finished image ready to share online, go to File, then Export As, or press Shift plus Control plus E. Change the file extension to PNG or JPEG-G, depending on the result you want, and export it as a flat image. That way, you keep an editable master file and also get a final version you can upload or post anywhere. And that's the basic step-by-step workflow for using Gimp. You learned how to create a canvas, understand the interface, choose colors, paint with brushes, fill shapes, use the magic wand, scale layers, add text, lower opacity, crop your design, and save your work properly. If this tutorial helped you, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss the next easy software guide. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.